This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. We are here with Sticky Fingers Cooking. I'm here with Aaron Fletter, who is the food geek in chief. This program has been around for some time. Recently, you all brought it into the school system. Tell me, first of all, what got you involved?
I started working with Sticky Fingers Cooking as an instructor and absolutely fell in love with the model that the three founders founded Sticky Fingers on. Community-based, having family involvement in food, organic, sustainable foods, and cooking with families and with children, and introducing children into food that they normally maybe wouldn't be exposed to, fruits, vegetables, all sorts of things.
Some great positive results coming out of this. I mean, first of all, the kids really don't care about the positive results. They care about fun. They like getting in there and having a good time, but on the other hand, they're basically learning some great things. Tell me about the three core values that are incorporated into each one of the classes.
What we do is we focus on safety. That's number one. So we have guidelines, the ABCDs of Sticky Fingers Cooking, where we teach safety skills and knife skills, all the things that they need to do, because the kids do all the cooking. The instructors instruct, and the chefs, kind of present the foods and the recipe, but really the children, it's completely hands-on. So yes, they're having complete fun. They also learn all about nutrition and why the food is good for them. We always have a fruit or vegetable of the week. Today is pumpkin. The children will learn all about pumpkin. And third of all is getting families together, getting them back into the kitchen, and more importantly, back into the family dining table. I think it's incredibly important. What we find is that when children start cooking and preparing in the kitchen, they will eat what's on their plate.
You guys are basically providing classes and tools for little chefs. These little chefs in the room there. Let me ask, give me an overview of these classes. What are they going to learn there? What happens?
We go into a school and we have an after-school enrichment class, which usually lasts about an hour. And they come in and they learn the safety skills that we went over, the ABCDs of Sticky Fingers Cooking, and then they learn what they're cooking that day. It may be butternut squash risotto, gnocchi, pumpkin flan, as they're making today. And then they learn about all the ingredients broken down, all the healthy fruits and vegetables that they're eating. We go through those steps and then they just start cooking. They learn knife skills, they learn to chop, to grate, to whisk, to do everything. And within an hour-long class, they will make something from scratch, from start to finish, which means eating, within 1 hour.
One of the amazing signature things that you guys do is basically these great recipes. Where does the inspiration come from? Where do you get some of these recipes?
I have a passion for food, and I love seasonal food. I love local foods. So I really look around me and see what's available, what fruit and vegetables available in Denver, Colorado at any given season, and I kind of go from there. And I have an inability to repeat recipes, so every single week we do a brand new recipe. I really like to kind of challenge the children, give them recipes like falafels or something maybe that they haven't been exposed to. I really like to challenge them. We have a little bit of a system that we do. We start with something sweet, always the very first class. And then we'd move into maybe 3 or 4 savory recipes and then bring them back with something sweet, kind of whatever I'm feeling at the moment. But I really think it's important to expose children to all different types of food, ethnic foods from around the world, and then, of course, bringing it back to the local organic produce that we have here in Colorado.
Wonderful. And so obviously you got a great passion for this, but how many instructors do you have out there? And I imagine they have that same passion as well.
They do. Currently have 15 instructors, and they're teaching a little over 30 classes a week, Denver public and private schools. We'll be up in Adams County next year as well. They all have various backgrounds, and it's wonderful. I have graduates from Le Cordon Bleu in France. I have recipe testers from Canyon Ranch in Arizona. I have people from all walks of life, but they all share one thing. They love children, and they love good food.
Speaking of the children, what age groups are we talking about? As young as what?
As young as 2. We currently teach at the JCC, the Jewish Community Center, as well as Temple Emmanuel, and a few other preschools around Rick Center for one, a few preschools around Denver. And we do have some parent-taught classes, for instance, at the JCC, where you have a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old and their guardian, a parent, a grandmother, a grandfather, and they learn to cook together, and that's really fun. That's kind of what we have here. And they cook exactly the same recipes. There's no alterations. They cook the same thing. They learn how to cut with our special kid-friendly knives. They do all of that. We teach from 2-year-olds all the way up to 12-year-olds, and as a matter of fact, we're expanding. We're going to be teaching at our first all-girls middle school starting in January.
Speaking of these parents and guardians getting involved like that, I bet they learn just as much as the kids do. What are some of the feedback you're getting from parents?
I'm getting amazing feedback. That's actually one of the most fun that I have at the job. I get these wonderful emails and calls from parents. I had a child recently that screamed out in the middle of class, "This is better than SeaWorld," which I thought was great. Another phone call that these children decided on their family vacation that they brought all their Sticky Fingers recipes with them, and they were traveling to Mexico where they had a chef that was helping the family cook, and they prepared all the Sticky Fingers recipes on their vacation. I also have some really, really very cute stories as well. I had another family whose mother called me and she said, "I just have to tell you this story. My son has been asking for fun waffles." And I keep saying, "Our waffles are fun. What's wrong with our waffles?" And he kept asking and she kept giving him waffles and they weren't right and he was getting frustrated and she wasn't understanding what he was saying. They went out to a restaurant and he said, "Mom, those are fun waffles." They were falafels. And so she just couldn't believe he was 4 years old asking for falafels, and he called them fun waffles.
Wonderful. I mean, speaking of going out and trips, this type of thing, are you able to utilize also some field trips in there as well, I understand?
We come to schools. We're a 100% mobile cooking school. I really like the idea of making this simple, easy, and fun. And so this is why we come to schools. Children are already at the school. They're comfortable. It's their own environment. It's a perfect opportunity to just build upon what they're learning on in school. So we do the same thing, field trips, but we come to them. And we can teach up to 20 to 30 kids a wonderful Sticky Fingers class.
Now, you say you go on location to some of the schools here and whatnot. What about during the summertime? What do you have there?
Absolutely. We team up with well-established summer camps around Denver. Last year we were with Dream Big, which is one of the most wonderful summer camps that I've ever seen. We were teaching 300 children every single week, 1 hour Sticky Fingers class, and that was just part of their curriculum. We're going to be doing the same around Denver Metro and beyond.
And what about some of the classes out there? Are all the classes available online for them to look at and see when they're coming up?
Yes, we do have some availability online. Currently, it's really, if we're at your school.
Schools know the whole schedule from there. And as far as setting something up yourself, they could go online and contact you.
Absolutely. If you want to set up something within your school, a public or private school or community center, we'd be more than happy to do that. You can just go right online and do that. Yeah.
Excellent. What about private parties? Would somebody want to do that?
Absolutely. We have a lot of birthday parties that we go to people's homes and we put on a 2-hour cooking program and party and crafts, culinary inspired crafts where they do lots of fun things. We've teamed up with Stir Cooking School, which is a wonderful, beautiful cooking school in the Highlands neighborhood just north of downtown. And we do private birthday parties there as well.
Wonderful. Folks, you've got all the information on the bottom of the screen right there. Their website is available right there. Basically, your children are going to be learning how to eat healthily, but have a good time doing it. Everything from, well, you name it, potatoes, winter veggies. I'm looking at a menu in front of me here, and you guys do some stuff that I've never heard of.
Oh, yes. We do quite a few things. Like we do pumpkin empanadas. That was one that we did just a few weeks ago. We're doing things such as zesty lemon olive oil bread, potato latkes with kid-made applesauce. We're going to do something fun, green eggs and ham souffle with winter poppy seed salad. We do a crazy chickpea curry, slurptastic soba noodle salad, figgy buckwheat scones, and a favorite that we always have are our lemon ricotta pancakes. We're slightly famous for them. So we always do that for the very first class. And the children churn their own butter, everything within an hour.
Wonderful. I mean, and the kids are having a great time. They're learning about some organics, learn about locally grown things here that they maybe never know about before. This has got to be great for the growing obesity in children, this problem that we have, and a lot of people don't know how to target in and see how to change that. I think this is a fun way of doing it.
That's right. We're trying to get macaroni and cheese and chicken fingers off the table, replacing it with some salad. What we're trying to do is we're trying to show families that cooking healthfully and cooking together does not take long. If their children can prepare butternut squash and gnocchi in a classroom within an hour and eat it within an hour, they can do it at home. And we do it with 15 kids.
That's amazing. And the age level that you do this with is incredible. Folks, their contact information is in the bottom of the screen right there as well. If you have a school out there and maybe they don't have a program like this, you maybe want to give them a call and get your school involved. It's a great way to get your young ones out there with some great tools in their hands, and these little chefs will really surprise you of what they actually pick up and learn and bring back to your home and bring back to your kitchen table and share with the family. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and if you don't know, now you know.